You're watching TAG TV.
A warm welcome to all our viewers. I'm your host Akansha Parimu and you're watching another episode of South Asia Focus. Let's begin the show. India and the US are taking their partnership to the next level with a 10-year defense cooperation framework. The deal aims to boost coordination, share critical information and strengthen technology collaboration while promoting regional stability and deterrence. This comes alongside ongoing trade talks, highlighting a growing strategic and economic partnership between the two countries. A report.
India and the United States, two of the world's largest democracies, share a partnership that spans defense, trade, technology, and global security. Over the years, this relationship has evolved from basic cooperation to deep strategic convergence, with both nations working together to ensure a free, open, and stable Indo-Pacific region. Now, that partnership is entering a new phase. Recently, on the sidelines of the ASEAN-India Defence Ministers' informal meeting in Kuala Lumpur, the two countries signed a landmark 10-year defence cooperation framework, setting the stage for stronger military coordination, advanced technology sharing, and enhanced regional security. The agreement, signed by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and US Secretary of Defence Pete Hegseth, is being hailed as a cornerstone of regional stability, a major step forward in India-US strategic ties. The framework aims to deepen defense industrial collaboration, expand technological cooperation, increase information sharing, and improve coordination between the armed forces of both nations.
I want to express the gratitude to the Minister, Mr. Singh, for his time, for the partnership we have with India. It's one of the most consequential U.S.-Indian relationship in the world. And our strategic alignment is built on shared interests, on mutual trust, and a commitment to a secure and prosperous Indo-Pacific, which is precisely the conversation we had. It was the world's oldest democracy and the world's largest. And this new 10-year defense framework that we signed is ambitious. It's a significant step for our two militaries, a roadmap for deeper and even more meaningful collaboration ahead.
3 बार टेलीफोनिक वार्ता हमारी हो चुकी है और जब आपसे एडीएम के साइडलाइंस पर व्यक्तिगत रूप से मिलकर मुझे बेहद खुशी हुई है और इस अवसर पर डिफेंस फ्रेमवर्क की शाइनिंग मैं समझता हूँ कि उसके परिणाम स्वरूप आज एक नए अध्याय का प्रारंभ होगा। इन शब्दों के साथ मैं पुनः आपको धन्यवाद देता हूँ और मेरा पूरा विश्वास है कि आपकी लीडरशिप में भारत और यूएस के रिश्ते और अधिक मजबूत होंगे।
While defense cooperation forms the backbone of this partnership, trade and economic engagement continue to drive its momentum. In Washington, a bipartisan group of US lawmakers from both the Democratic and Republican parties have urged President Donald Trump and Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick to withdraw the $100,000 H-1B visa fee, warning that it could hurt America's innovation ecosystem and impact its competitiveness. Analysts say such issues, if resolved, could further strengthen economic ties between the two nations.
There is a very, very strong conversation on issues like the trade deal. There is obviously a possibility that we should be able to take it to its logical conclusion, and I think the hope is that the relationship will be back on track, guided by the two principles, Prime Minister Modi and President Trump. If with the trade deal behind us, there's a lot of things the two sides can do. I think the Quad Summit is also due to take place in India. That would enable the possibility of President Trump visiting India, and there are a lot of other opportunities that would be on the anvil that would become available once these hurdles are out of the way.
As both nations deepen their engagement across defense, trade, and technology, the India-US partnership stands at a defining moment. The new 10-year defense framework not only cements strategic trust but also reflects a shared vision for peace, stability, and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific.
India's strategic engagement with Southeast Asia has taken a major step forward. In Kuala Lumpur, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh met his ASEAN counterparts, reaffirming New Delhi's growing role as a pillar of peace, stability and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific. The meeting marked another milestone in India's deepening defence partnership with the region, underscoring its emergence as a responsible global power committed to a free, open and inclusive Indo-Pacific.
India's diplomatic outreach continues to gather strength across Asia, reflecting its growing stature as a responsible global power. In line with Delhi's vision of security and growth for all in the region, the Sagar Doctrine, India is deepening its strategic partnership with key regional groupings, particularly ASEAN, to promote peace, stability and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific. Taking this engagement forward, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh met his counterparts from ASEAN nations in Kuala Lumpur this week, reaffirming India's position as a key pillar of regional security and cooperation. His participation in the second India-ASEAN Defence Ministers' informal meeting underscored the growing strategic significance of India's partnership with ASEAN in ensuring peace, stability and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific region. In his address, Rajnath Singh described the meeting as a vital opportunity to further strengthen the comprehensive strategic partnership between India and ASEAN, especially in the fields of defense and security under the ASEAN-India Plan of Action 2026 to 2030. Calling for an approach of collective security, the Defence Minister underlined that India's emphasis on the rule of law in the Indo-Pacific is not directed against any third nation, but it is meant to safeguard sovereignty and stability across the region.
भारत की इंडो पैसिफिक सिक्योरिटी विजन डिफेंस कोऑपरेशन को इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट, टेक्नोलॉजी शेयरिंग और ह्यूमन रिसोर्स एडवांसमेंट के साथ जोड़ती है। सिक्योरिटी ग्रोथ और सस्टेनेबिलिटी के बीच के इंटरलिंकेजेज की यह कड़ी ही भारत और आसियान की पार्टनरशिप की असली भावना है। भारत आसियान और प्लस कंट्रीज के साथ अपने डिफेंस कोऑपरेशन को क्षेत्रीय शांति, स्थिरता और क्षमता विकास में योगदान के रूप में अपना रोल देखता है। हमने विगत वर्षों में कई एक्सपर्ट्स वर्किंग ग्रुप्स में भी भाग लिया है, फील्ड एक्सरसाइजेज की मेजबानी भी की है और साझा ऑपरेशनल स्टैंडर्ड्स को विकसित करने में भी योगदान दिया है।
During the meeting, ASEAN defense ministers lauded India's constructive and stabilizing role in the Indo-Pacific and reaffirmed their commitments to strengthening defense cooperation with New Delhi. The Philippines defense minister commended India's steadfast respect for international law, while the Cambodian defense minister highlighted India's significant contributions to UN peacekeeping operations, humanitarian assistance, disaster relief and military medicine. The Singaporean defense minister expressed ASEAN's confidence in India's leadership in promoting regional peace and security, suggesting greater collaboration through expanded joint exercises, policy dialogues and youth exchange programs. Meanwhile, the Thai defense minister emphasized the need for regional self-reliance in defense production and noted that ASEAN could greatly benefit from India's advanced defense technology ecosystem. Overall, the meeting reflected a shared resolve to deepen strategic and defense ties between India and ASEAN nations.
भारत का दृष्टिकोण सदैव स्पष्ट रहा है, एक ओपन, इनक्लूसिव और रूल्स बेस्ड इंडो पैसिफिक। हमारा रूल ऑफ लॉ पर जोर विशेषकर यूनाइटेड नेशंस कन्वेंशन ऑन द लॉ ऑफ द सी अनक्लॉस पर और फ्रीडम ऑफ नेविगेशन एंड ओवरफ्लाइट का समर्थन किसी देश के विरुद्ध नहीं बल्कि पूरे रीजनल स्टेक होल्डर्स के हितों की रक्षा के लिए है।
The ASEAN defense ministers collectively welcomed India's new initiatives and reaffirmed their shared commitment to advancing the India-ASEAN strategic partnership. The meeting concluded with a clear message that India and ASEAN will continue working together to promote an inclusive, rules-based and cooperative Indo-Pacific guided by mutual trust, respect and shared prosperity.
Time now for Asia This Week, the stories from across the continent.
Filipinos were seen scavenging around what was left of their homes in Cebu province on November 5th after Typhoon Kalamegi left a trail of destruction in the central Philippines and killed at least 58 people. Drone footage captured along the riverside in Talise City showed damaged houses made out of light materials caked in mud after the river overflowed. Officials said that among those killed by Kalamegi were 6 crew members of a military helicopter on a humanitarian mission. The India Maritime Week 2025 held at the Bombay Exhibition Centre from October 27 to 31st concluded with a remarkable business momentum and a vibrant cultural showcase. The 5-day global event brought together government officials, international delegates, shipping industry leaders, and entrepreneurs to discuss the future of India's maritime sector. A major highlight was the exhibition area, where industry pavilions showcased India's maritime capabilities, including ship components, training programs, port development projects, and export initiatives.
Such event helps us to put spotlight in what we can offer to the entire world. Today, design companies are not only operating for the Indian market but also for the world. We have the capabilities, we have the talent for the entire world, and that is what I am looking forward for.
The pavilions also featured handicraft and handloom products, creating a unique connection between large-scale maritime business and regional enterprise, skill development, and traditional arts.
सेल्स वाइज अच्छा है, रेस्पॉन्स बहुत अच्छा है, एक्सपोजर भी बहुत अच्छा है। कॉलेज स्कूल चिल्ड्रंस को फ्यूचर के वास्ते ऐसा इवेंट्स होना चाहिए।
It's not just about business, it's about also heritage. It also meets us up with innovative ideas, technologies which can be implemented by youths in upcoming generations or upcoming types and technology, where it can be a part by seeing or looking up around this event.
South Korean President Lee Jae-yong said the economy has turned a corner as risks related to geopolitics and corporate governance have been easing, which has boosted the local Kospi stock index beyond the 4,000 mark. Asia's fourth biggest economy expanded by 1.2% in the third quarter, as exports have generally held up despite uncertainties related to US tariffs. Domestic demand has also been improving, underpinned by the Lee government's extra budget of more than $20 billion, which included 2 rounds of cash handouts that boosted spending at restaurants and the retail sector.
Moving on, Afghanistan is once again reeling from tragedy. Years of war, economic collapse, and dwindling international aid have left the country deeply vulnerable, and now a powerful earthquake has added to its suffering. Recently, a 6.3 magnitude quake struck near the northern city of Mazar-e-Sharif, killing at least 20 people, injuring hundreds and damaging one of the nation's most treasured landmarks, the Blue Mosque. The death toll is expected to rise as rescue efforts continue.
Afghanistan, a nation long battered by war, poverty and political isolation, is once again facing tragedy. Years of conflict and the collapse of foreign aid have left millions of Afghans struggling to survive. And now, a powerful earthquake has deepened the country's pain. Recently, a 6.3 magnitude quake struck near the northern city of Mazar-e-Sharif, killing at least 20 people, injuring hundreds and damaging one of Afghanistan's most treasured landmarks, the historic Blue Mosque. Footage released showed military teams digging through rubble, pulling the lifeless body of a young girl from the dirt, a heartbreaking reminder of the human toll of yet another disaster. Photographs showed heavy machinery clearing debris, blocked roads and ambulances rushing the injured to overcrowded hospitals.
زلزله اهالی ساعت 1 بجه شروع شده بود. بسیار تکان شدید داد که حتی ما دروازه را باز کردن نتونستیم. سه پیره همین قلفه که دروازه را که باز میکردیم ما را گرفت و طرف انداخت. دیگه حدودی 15 ثانیه خوب تکان شدید داد. دیگه برآمدیم که بیرون خاک است، چنگ است، هیچ معلوم نمیشد. یک والده ما اینجا زیر چوب دستک شده بود، دیگه یک برادر ما بود زیر مانده بود. با کمک همین اهالی قریه، جوانای همین شهر منطقه ما همون را نجات دادیم. فضل خدا در شفاخانه هستن.
The quake's sudden violence left homes flattened and lives shattered within seconds. In many villages, residents spent the night in the open, terrified of aftershocks that continue to shake already unstable structures.
ینگیم اونا در داخل خانه بود آره کشیدم و یک نفری ما گم است. خیلی پالیدم نیافتم. با سعی کردیم در زیر خانه مانده بیچاره و شهید شده بود. تازه عروسی هم کرده بودک.
For many Afghans, this disaster feels like one more blow in a country already on the brink. Since the Taliban seized power in 2021, Afghanistan has faced economic collapse, the suspension of billions in international aid, and crippling unemployment. The isolation of the Taliban government has worsened conditions for ordinary people, with food shortages, medical crisis, and limited emergency response capacity now the daily reality. Humanitarian groups warn that the country remains dangerously unprepared for natural disasters. In August, another powerful quake killed thousands, yet rebuilding efforts have been slow, with little coordination and minimal international support.
Across India and around the world, millions of devotees celebrated Guru Nanak Jayanti, marking the birth anniversary of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, the founder of Sikhism. From the holy Golden Temple in Amritsar to historical Gurudwaras in Delhi, people gathered in large numbers, reflecting the spirit of devotion, equality and community service that the Guru inspired. Take a look.
Every year, millions of people come together to celebrate Guru Nanak Jayanti, also known as Guru Purab, marking the birth anniversary of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, the founder of Sikhism. This festival is a time of devotion, reflection and community spirit. This year, the festival fell on November 5th, coinciding with Kartik Purnima, the full moon day of the month of Kartik. The Golden Temple in Amritsar was beautifully illuminated with lights and flowers. Devotees took a holy dip in the Amrit Sarovar, seeking blessings. A huge crowd gathered, singing hymns and participating in the rituals, reflecting the deep devotion that the Guru inspires.
ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਗੁਰਪੁਰਬ ਮਨਾਉਣ ਆਏ ਆ। ਅੱਜ ਬਹੁਤ ਆਨੰਦ ਮਾਣਿਆ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਦੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕੀਤੇ। ਅਸੀਂ ਵੈਸੇ ਹਰ ਗੁਰਪੁਰਬ ਤੇ ਆਉਨੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ।
In the national capital, historical gurudwaras like Rakabganj Sahib and Bangla Sahib also witnessed massive gatherings. Devotees participated in Nagar Kirtans, processions, singing sacred hymns, spreading the teachings of Guru Nanak Dev Ji with great enthusiasm. The street came alive with colorful decorations, devotional music, and the spirit of community service, as langars served free meals to all emphasizing equality and selfless service, values at the heart of Guru Nanak's teachings.
ਅਸੀਂ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੇ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਜਨਮ ਨੂੰ ਮੁੱਖ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਗੁਰਪੁਰਬ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਰਕਾਬਗੰਜ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਆਏ ਆ। ਇਹ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੇ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਜਨਮ ਨਨਕਾਣਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ ਔਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪਿਤਾ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਮਹਿਤਾ ਕਾਲੂ ਜੀ ਤੇ ਮਾਤਾ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਤ੍ਰਿਪਤਾ ਜੀ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕਦਮਾਂ ਤੇ ਚੱਲਣ ਇਹਦੇ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੇ ਮਤਲਬ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੇ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹ ਸਭ ਦੇ ਹੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਨੇ ਕੋਈ ਮੁਸਲਮਾਨ ਹਿੰਦੂ ਸਭ ਦੇ ਹੀ ਸਾਂਝੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਨੇ ਹੈ।
The celebrations of Guru Nanak Jayanti also carry a deeper message, reminding people to practice equality, compassion, and selfless service in everyday life, reflecting the enduring relevance of Guru Nanak Dev Ji's teachings in today's world.
गुरु नानक देव जी की जो हमारी सीख है वो हम सब पे चलती है, नाम जपो, वर्ण छको और कीरत करो।
As the lamps glow and hymns fill the air, Guru Purab stands as a reminder of the values Guru Nanak Dev Ji championed: faith, humility, equality and service. From the holy waters of Amrit Sarovar to the streets of Delhi, the festival unites communities, spreads joy and strengthens spiritual bonds. In a world often divided, this celebration inspires people to live with honesty, compassion and harmony, carrying forward the light of wisdom that Guru Nanak Dev Ji shared centuries ago.
In every prayer, in every heart, the spirit of Guru Nanak Dev Ji shines bright. And with that, we come to the end of this week's episode. See you next week. Till then, goodbye and take care.
You're watching TAG TV.